Well, we're in June now, 2020. It's Mazzy here, and I'm going to answer 10 questions, 11 actually, and bonus question. I like how people throw in a bonus question. And this is a Q&A, and this was created by a vinyl community member in the UK, Richard McCook. Now, I've been fortunate enough, I've made friends with a number of vinyl community videographers and just even viewers from the United Kingdom. And I did a video that had a selection. I called it the British Invasion. That had a handful of us, I think 6 of us, myself and 6 from the United Kingdom, talking about specific, just some records. I want to do that again. And I did invite Richard McCook, and he wasn't available that weekend. And I want to do it again. I hope Richard will be made available, make himself available, or is available, I should say. There's a link below. There's all these questions are listed below. There's a link below to Richard's channel. He does great stuff. I mean, he's into Bowie. Anyway, he just has a passion for a segment of artists and music, and he's just a genuine contributor to the vinyl community in all its, the essence of what, where it started. I'm flubbing over my lips already, so I should just go on. Anyway, apparently about a year and a half ago, he did a series of questions he asked other vinyl community video makers, and I don't think I participated or saw that one. So he had a lot more questions. So I'm going to go through them fairly quickly and answer them to the best of my ability. So here we go. Do you ever get disenchanted? Correction. Do you ever get disheartened when a video you think should be popular is ignored? And if yes, give an example. I don't usually. The only one which actually did, fairly well, but the standards of the video views I've had lately, it wasn't as big as I hoped. I did a collaboration with Michael Johnson, Poetry on Plastic, who's in the southwest of America. He's an oboe player, classical musician, but into gear, into classical music, into Japanese pop. And he's just a really a good guy. And we did a collaboration video on style in music, how artists dress. And we got dressed up and we did a thing, and it just didn't catch on as much as I hoped. I like the idea of the visualization, whether it's David Bowie or Bjork or whoever it is, and just that, dress for success. I think that was one that I wish had got a bigger audience. So look for it in my joint video playlist. Number 2, how often do you check your subscriber count? I don't look at it specifically every day. What I use an app on my phone. It's the YouTube Studio app, and it has all the algorithms, and it's where when I upload a video, and I do upload through my phone, I can add a thumbnail, I can change the title. So when I go in there and I schedule when my videos are gonna drop, as the kids say these days, so I see the progression there. So it's not that I'm looking for that, but of course when I'm getting closer to, I would say, a major number, like when a few months ago when I hit 20,000, of course I was looking closer to hit that mark to thank everybody. So in that respect I look, but it's not an everyday thing. How often do you ask for people to hit the subscriber button? Every video, occasionally, almost never. I never used to do it, and now I only do it occasionally. I'm one who feels, for the most part, if people like you or are interested, they will subscribe on their own. Is that a naive approach? Maybe. But, there were a number in a row I did ask. And the irony is, going back to that YouTube Studio app, I've noticed when I look at the analytics of certain videos and my channel in general, obviously since I've grown over the last, especially during the pandemic, I have checked that. It is an interesting thing. Since I work in marketing and I'm a photo agent and promoting the artists I represent for 30-something years, 36 years, that interests me, and the whole idea of promotion and marketing interests me. And if I'm going to, take the time to do this content, which I adore doing and I love doing, I hope that passion shows in my collection. I take pride into, try to program these at certain times when they drop, and I would love more people to subscribe. Now, I think the more important thing is the viewers per video, but I don't ask them specifically very often. But one thing I found which was really interesting, over 52 or 53% of the people that view each video don't subscribe. So I'm actually surprised that more than half people don't subscribe. Like, if you're going to watch regularly, why not subscribe? But so be it. And I never ask people. In fact, I discourage people to ring that bell. I always kind of joke when I do talk about the subscription and I hear people saying, ring that bell to be notified. Give me a break. I don't want to wake you up. I don't want to bug you. If you're subscribed, when you look on your subscriptions, a new one will show up. So I don't need to keep bugging you. So I personally don't like that part. I know some people are into that. I think it affects the algorithm a certain way, but I'm not into that. How do you feel when people comment on your video and they obviously haven't watched it? For example, comments come in 15 minutes. Comments come in for a 15-minute video a minute after it's uploaded. I don't care. To be honest with you, usually when I get those kind of comments, it's someone watching a longer video and they're commenting as it's going along. They're responding to a point I make, a record I show. So I don't care about that. I mean, I appreciate the comments. So when you're going to do it, if you take the time to do it, it's appreciated. Okay, if you've already hit the 1,000 count, will you monetize your channel? And if you're eligible for the thanks option, will you promote it? And that's a good question. And there's a lot of talk. In fact, there's been videos lately about, you should monetize because YouTube is monetizing a lot of the videos. Once you hit 1,000, they're going to add commercials, at least at the beginning and the end anyway. And I didn't monetize until I think I hit 5,000 or more videos. And for a while, I just didn't think about it, or it didn't matter to me. And then one day I was doing a joint video with Michael 45 RPM audiophile in Germany, and he goes, "Mazzy, you got to monetize your channel." And I looked into it, and then I decided to do it, and I am a monetized channel. Now, having said that, what I've learned, because there were some issues, because commercials are going to happen anyway eventually. That's why you watch this stuff for free. And people complaining about commercials, you're getting free content. When you watch over-the-air television, someone's got to pay for that content. And should they pay YouTube, the advertisers, or should they pay the content creators like myself? And so I think that's a fair assessment. Now, having said that, when you upload a video, and I've learned this more in the last several months, because a few of the longer videos, when you're watching something, there's all these commercials inside. So there are occasions on the older ones I've forgotten, but you can go, when you upload a video, you can click a box. And I always now click the box saying no commercials within the video. So my commercials are only on the beginning, before, there's usually a couple of commercials there, and after. So after, you can turn it off. And before, so you see one 15-second thing or 30-second thing, you skip one. Give me a break, okay? That helps pay for the content. If I use music in my videos, which I do occasionally, needle drops, I don't get anything. That music goes to the content creator of the music, the publishers, the labels, the artists, which I totally support. So if I'm going to play a Beau Brummel song like I did recently, they're going to get that money, which they should. I really support artist rights and digital rights management for artists. So that's something I strongly support. I think if you're going to take the time to create these on a regular basis, and as you know who watch my channel, I create a lot of content, I think it is nice. I don't get rich from it. It pays for records now, and I enjoy it. So there. That's my answer to that. I hope that satisfies you. And I figure if that does bother people, they can move on to something else, because pretty much anything you watch of any larger substance outside even the vinyl community, you're going to get those ads pop up here and there. Do you ever sub another channel just to try to get back a sub? And when you do the other channels, what percentage do you hit the notification bell? Work backwards. I already answered that. I never hit that notification bell. Why? I don't think there's a reason for it. I don't need to know that fast if someone's creating a video. And I subscribe. Whenever I see someone who's creating within this, I don't say fictitious, but the vinyl community. There's no like sign-ups or anything. I will subscribe. I'll start watching. But like everyone else, there's certain content creators I watch more than others because I like the way they express themselves. I like what they show. I learn something. Maybe there's music that I don't know anything about, so I'll watch because of that. But so I will subscribe to almost anybody. Why would I subscribe to anyone? What's that? Groucho Marx? Never mind. Okay. How long do you think it's acceptable time to wait to replying for a comment if you do reply to comments? Now, that's been sort of I don't want to say a thorn, but about a year ago, another British gentleman who I enjoy, Robert Walker, out of the UK, out of Manchester, England, did sort of his version of a rant video talking about people responding to comments. And he noted he took what he called, or 4 or 5 big channels, 2 of which, I think Melinda Murphy was one, respond to every single comment. He found that Michael 45 and I respond to very few comments. I was a little upset at that attack. In a way, the way he presented it was like that. But I tell you, it opened my eyes and opened my ears, and I try to respond to a lot more comments. Now, do I respond to everything? No. Sometimes I put a thumbs up, a heart, a thank you. I know some people want to hear more, but some of these videos I've done, I get 200, 500, 1,000 comments. Sure, I could sit down all day and comment and respond, and I don't. And sometimes what happens is, I also am self-employed and I work for a living, whether you believe it or not. So I don't sit and respond to every comment. I try to respond to everybody who has a question, answering the question if possible. But sometimes I do a heart, a thank you, a peace sign, and I do read all the comments. Now, again, another issue there, those of you will sometimes say, wait a second, my comment got deleted. I don't delete any comments unless it's misogynist, homophobic, violent, vulgar, or just the fake big lie crap, which I can't stand and won't tolerate on my channel. But even if you don't agree with me and you say stuff, this guy's a wanker, so be it. That's your opinion. I don't delete those. But what happens is YouTube is strange. You don't see every comment in every platform. I'll look within a video and see the comments, but then I'll look in the Studio app and look at comments, and there are more comments that aren't even on my main page there. And so I think that some of you might look for your comment and it's not there, it's disappeared, and it's not me deleting it. It's it's kind of like the numbers. If you look at the views, it's not the same on every application you view it. So there's some weird stuff going on the various apps and platforms that YouTube uses to look at the analytics. And also there are sometimes I have to go into my computer, which I don't use very often for this, and go in, and sometimes YouTube does block things that they feel are bots. So sometimes you might get trapped into that, and there might be weeks past that I don't release those comments because they got trapped there, and I might just, I don't go there a lot, so it's not always my fault, but you can blame me, whatever. So unfortunately, your comments do get lost sometimes, and it's not because of the creator like us, myself, blocking that or deleting it. So, but I do try to comment, but I am very appreciative when people take the time to comment, and I've been getting a lot lately, a lot of comments and a lot of views. In terms of the time, a few days maybe. It depends. I'm on something else by the time I post something, and what I do is I pre-schedule. Like I might have 3 or 4 or 5 videos prepared in the can, scheduled. I try to do them every 2 days, give or take. That varies, and usually pop up at 8 in the morning Pacific Daylight Time from the West Coast here, my time. That's when I schedule them, usually. Do you like Record Store Day? And if you're buying records, do you feel the need to show them immediately in the car, leaving the shop, or can you wait to get home? I like the immediacy. In fact, the last few times, if you've watched my Record Store Day videos, there's a large cafe. It happens to be a Starbucks. People either love or hate Starbucks, but it's the world headquarters in Seattle. And it's a beautiful mid-century modern design, huge space, fireplace open. They have the better beans, actually, the roastery. It's their special upscaled roastery beans. And I'm a big coffee maven. And it's a comfortable spot, easy to park, and it's literally 4 minutes from Silver Platters Records that I go to record store day usually. So I'll meet someone there, and I'll sit there and have coffee after getting up in the morning and waiting, and I'll go through my records. I like sitting there, having my coffee and a little breakfast, and showing the records I picked up. So I do them right away. Sometimes later I'll do something once I've opened and listen to some of them to give a take on my favorites. But I like to do that first visual, not to be necessarily the first one, but I like shooting also. You've seen a bunch of my videos are on location, in the environment, lifestyle. I like that. And people seem to like seeing when I go to the Bay Area, when I'm taking a drive, when I'm going by, Seattle sites, San Francisco sites, whatever. I think people around the world enjoy that. So the ambiance of, as the French say, the mise en scène of the view. I'm pontificating in a so artistic, cinematic way. And I'm losing my voice here. Richard. Do you enjoy participating in and watching collaboration videos, but do you get off watching that go beyond the 1 or 2 hour mark? I love collaboration videos, some more than others. Obviously, it grew for a thing, and I did a lot of them during the pandemic because it was a way to reach out and see people and communicate. And I was doing 1 or 2 a week then of these duos. Again, in the playlist joint videos, you can see it. I love doing the Four Corners videos with Michael, 45 RPM in Germany, with Michael Muller, the Balmore guitar player, who's now in Los Angeles, and we'd have a special guest. I love those thematic videos. And now we just finished our 5th vinyl therapy. It's always 1 hour. We stop at 1 hour mark, and we show whatever we're listening to, and we also show, we have a theme, a question, and the 4 of us, the same 4 every week. And it's very loose, and we have a sense of humor. It's not so overwrought serious. We do get serious occasionally. It's just and it's 1 hour, like a therapy session is. We do not take insurance, but it's never the same time every week, so look out for it. And look in the playlist. There's 5 of them now, and I think they're kind of enjoyable. And I think with 4 of us, the 1 hour mark is the sweet spot. I've done videos that go on way longer, and I think it depends on the subject. And I hate to say personalities, but it does. I mean, someone can be so dry, and anyway, I like it. I recently liked the Headley John in Birmingham collaborations they've been doing in the UK. I love those, and the James Griffith, and I like the British combos too, as well as the American ones. It's not like a collaboration, a competition, but I do want to do another big British UK group session. I think that was really fun for me. I hope everyone else liked it too. And the bonus question: do you check your previous video just to make sure you're not wearing the same shirt? No. In fact, I almost wish, I like wearing different t-shirts. Now I'm wearing, this is Seattle there. It looks kind of like this Texas star, and this is a Sub Pop USA t-shirt. A friend of mine just got me the shirt. I got it when I was with a friend of mine, and in Seattle, Sub Pop Records from Seattle, in Seattle, still in Seattle. I like the idea, and I don't do this, but whatever you think about Steve Jobs, there's Steve Jobs who, Apple Records, Apple Computer, one of the original partners, would always wear this black turtleneck and blue jeans. And he had, 50 of them, 50 pairs or whatever, 100 pairs, I don't know. There's a thing about, I just say, the dress for success. It goes back to that video that I did with Michael, Poetry in Plastic. I like wearing the same thing. A lot of creative people, brilliant creative people, do that because their thoughts are in the creation, not about what to wear every morning. And I kind of appreciate that. I don't abide by that. The only thing I do abide by pretty much, almost 95% of the time, I wear black Levi jeans. Levi's, no trendy jeans. I grew up, Levi's from San Francisco. I grew up with Levi's, but black Levi's. I don't have to worry about what pants I'm putting on. If I'm putting a sport coat on, unless I'm going to something really fancy, which I haven't in quite a long time, a wedding or something, I wear black Levi's and a sport coat and a collared shirt. I like, obviously getting the different artist shirts and are fun in videos, but if I wear the same shirt, I don't really care. And sometimes I'll make 2 or 3 videos in a day if I'm in a creative mode and I had ideas, but they'll populate over the next week or two, depending on. So that's the end of it. Thank you, Richard. Link to Richard's channel below. I think every once in a while it's fun to kind of answer some questions like this. I should do this more with some viewer questions, save some up. So if you have any questions you'd like me to answer, maybe I'll put the 10 I want to answer the most in a future video. So put those down here. And I'm not going to ask you to do anything else after watching this video. So thank you for watching. I will thank you, and Mazzy loves you. What else can I say?